Good morning, it's Nicole here. It's a lovely day to be a van lifer. Just got up about maybe an hour ago and I've been catching up on stuff, organizing a little bit because this is constantly chaos back here, trying to keep things nice and tidy in a tiny space. But I'm about to go to the national park down the road here in Arizona, and I am going to go on a 6.8 mile hike, which I found through the All Trails app. And I'm super amped. It's a loop, and so it should be like a nice little scenic thing. A lot of people recommend it. And yesterday I saw a ton of cactus, and I'm actually gonna get to hike it more so when it's not super hot out because it's early morning. And let's go. Also, this was my impromptu campsite. I was kind of nervous that I was gonna like knocked on the door in the morning, but it didn't happen, and it's beautiful. And look at like the sun cast over this area, like this nice golden light. I can't wait to get down there and do some nice little hiking. So the thing is, yesterday I hiked, but it wasn't legitimate hiking. It was just walking around with cactus. And it was a trail, but then when I saw the rattlesnakes thing, there was a sign that said rattlesnake area. I kind of turned around and went the other way. So today I'm gonna legitimately hike. I put my hiking shoes on. I'm getting ready to drive to the hike site now. Let's go do this. Just parked at the nature trail. We're gonna go on to the nature trail. So this hike was pretty fun and easy and stuff, and I was about to go to the next one, and then I accidentally whacked a cactus. So it's kind of hanging from my finger here, and trying to get it off, and it doesn't come off very easily. It doesn't like me. I don't like the cactus either at this point. A little update, I was able to get most of it off so far. What I did was I propped my foot on top of the cactus and I like pulled out, and then I used my other finger to like help loosen the spines of the cactus, and that somewhat worked. It is bleeding though, and I'm hoping I can get these other little things off because they kind of hurt. So I may like to hang out with cactus, but I don't like when they prick me, so avoid having cactus prick you, and you want this experience. But if you do, just kind of angle it and step on it and try and get this out. It's like little needles being stuck in you, the kind that hurt. One more to go. I just pulled one out on the side there. As you can see, it's bleeding a little bit, but there's just three more things to pull out, and then I'll be home free for this cactus. If you do get sideswiped by a cactus like I did, my instinct was to brush it off, but don't do that. Maybe use your sleeve or something else to get it off the rest of your body instead of grabbing with your hand, because your hand will hurt really bad because you have a lot of nerves and a lot of blood flow and stuff nearby your fingers. It is out, folks. Finally got this cactus off. It probably took me 45 minutes to take this cactus off. No fun, but I learned from it. Not gonna touch a cactus again. Don't touch a cactus there at home. And let's move upwards and onwards and go for a hike. Also, if you manage to get cactus on the bottom of your shoe, you can take the end hook of a bungee cord to get it off. Just like bring it around the grooves and like lift it up and out. I didn't want to get this stuff all in my van because otherwise I'll get pricked again with my luck. So I'm using the bungee cord to alleviate my problem. Just parked here at Hugh Norris Trailhead. I'm gonna give it a go. It looks like these are the harder hikes, so we'll just see. Tell myself after that cactus that I'm a tough cookie and I can do this. So if I give up on this, then I'll just go to the next hikes over, which are supposed to be easier. But for now, it's Hugh Norris. Finally made it to the top, starting to descend back down. It's actually half a gallon of water so far. I might be able to actually live up to this gallon of water thing I've been trying for a while. So what I'm looking at right now is a map. I came out here, but I need to get back to the Hugh Norris Trailhead here. So instead of hiking all the way back around here and getting lost again, I'm going to take this road and then take this road. I think it'll be more straightforward. Finally back at the bus. So happy to see this bus. So happy. Hugh Norris Trail conquered. 6 hours later. I'm so happy to be back at the bus. Made it, powered through. No complaints, super stoked on the experience. My feet will be a little bit sore tomorrow, but it's all good. It's a new day. And we're on the road again. Last night I parked at a rest stop. There are plenty of other RVers and Vanlifers parked over here. And we're about to get on the road. Just made it to New Mexico, going to try and make it through Texas today. Now, this stuff has been a lifesaver without showers because it is organic lavender hand sanitizer. And it may have been one of the last ones at the store, but I'm thankful that it's scented like this because it helps me smell so much better. That in combination with those wipes. So currently it's like 90 Fahrenheit and the engine would overheat if I keep running it. And so I found this rest stop that seems pretty decent. They have air conditioning inside area. So I'm going to go ahead and charge my phone, charge my port thing that charges my phone because that's half dead. And then I'm going to wait for it to cool down tonight, so I might take a nap once it starts to cool down a little bit, and then I'll drive overnight because otherwise it's too hot during the day to drive. By the way, I'm in Texas right now. So one of the things they don't tell you about living in a van that I wish I'd known earlier is unless you have one of those modern vans that you convert over, if you're in a VW bus or anything super old, a lot of times you don't have air conditioner or heating. And you don't realize how much you miss it until you don't have it. And so that's one thing to really consider is like you are going to be completely dripping in sweat sometimes, and you also, if you have an air-cooled engine, you have to watch out for the heat. So like right now I'm in Texas and it got too hot. It's like almost 90 degrees, so I had to stop. And I'm gonna have to wait a couple hours before I drive again. And then in this heat and with this Corona stuff going on, like I can only go in the store for a limited amount of time. So I'm gonna try and buy some ice or something cold so that way it'll help cool me off a little bit, because otherwise it's really hot out and I can't drive anywhere right now. Just so you can see the sweat glistening. I don't mind it too much. I don't mind the fact that it's hot out, but it's just the fact that I'm worried for my engine because my engine might overheat, and if it overheats your engine's shot, and that's not a good thing. So that's the main thing, is like you may think that you can push it, and if you have another type of van, awesome, but if you have an air-cooled engine, you've really got to be careful about that sort of stuff. When it gets way too hot out and you have to stop after 2 hours of driving and it's like almost 90 degrees out again, and you have a battery powered fan, but you know the battery life is now about an hour and a half to 2 hours. These are great, by the way, great $8 investment from Walmart. Anyways, once you realize that and you want to cool off, you can use the excess water from your cooler and then drain it out the side. So you open this up and fill a cup like this and you just drench yourself in it. So like I've been pouring it on my legs and down my back. And yeah, it just works really well. And I also bought some ice from this like gas station convenience store that I'm at now. And the plan is to wait a couple hours for the van to cool down enough and for the air temperature to drop a little bit, and then drive through the night. Nice Love's ice here that I'm about to put in my cooler. Life is good. It's much better once you're wet, and like especially since there's a little bit of a breeze here, it like cools you off a ton. Just pulled off to get some gas. I'm exiting Houston now, and this is literally the biggest gas station I've ever seen. Take a look. It's called Lucy's, and it's got like some sort of, I think it's an otter as their mascot. It's pretty big. Also, I'm glad that I pulled off here because they have plenty of gas. It's also a little bit out of Houston, so it's not in the traffic. Houston traffic has been crazy. I've missed so many exits turning on and off. But finally, I'm starting it back on Route 10. It'll be interesting because there's a sign up ahead that says, like, one of those flashing light, like, warning signs that says part of I-10 is closed, and that's the route that I'm taking. So I wonder if there's an alternate. I guess we'll find out when we get there. Now in Mississippi, just crossed the state line. I just pulled over to the rest area and welcome center. One thing to note about Mississippi is, like, in Texas and Louisiana, I know that you could park overnight at their visitor center and they were fine with that, and you just have to move within 24 hours. Same with like New Mexico and stuff. But here in Mississippi, they state outright on the sign as you're entering, no overnight parking at the rest areas. They do have nighttime security, But just note that you can't fully park overnight, so you could probably nap a couple hours and be okay, but you can't fully park overnight. So that's quite a change. So just be aware of that if you're planning out your route on where you want to go and where you want to stay, and if you want to use rest areas as one of those.